Today's the last day in office for one of Maine state government's leaders, but she says she's not going far. Hannah Pingree is leaving her post as the director of the Governor's Office of Policy Innovation and the Future.
She has led that department since Governor Janet Mills created it in 2019. That office, if you're not familiar, it handles a wide variety of topics from climate action to the opioid response, also housing and childcare. Pingree was also the co-chair of the Maine Climate Council.
So as she prepares to hand over the reins, I sat down with her one-on-one to ask her where the state stands in its climate goals. Where does that work stand? Is there more to be done, or are we on the trajectory that it can just kind of continue as it is? Help me understand where you feel we are now.
Yeah, I mean, when Governor took office, she said she wanted to take action on climate, and she named our climate plan, Maine Won't Wait. We set this goal to install 100,000 heat pumps because we knew they would save people money, they would reduce our emissions, and they would, improve the environment. And so we've done that. We exceeded that goal 2 years early, and so it was really about accomplishing things. Obviously, these extreme storm events we're seeing that are being driven by climate change, we've taken a lot of action to make a difference. We just passed LD1 a couple weeks ago, a bipartisan bill, and you don't see a lot of bipartisan bills passing the Maine legislature. Republicans and Democrats said we need to do more to prepare for these storm events. None of these issues are fixed. They all require continued long-term effort.
The Community Resilience Partnership was one that came up for me. 263 participating cities and towns, 76% of Maine's population, a total of $18.8 million. Have you heard, I've heard what that money has meant to them. When they've told you that, how did that make you feel about seeing that program deliver results?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I feel very proud of the entire team that has launched that program, that has made that happen. We said in the climate plan we needed to partner with communities on the challenges they face. And the state wasn't going to tell them what to do. They were going to ask people at the local level what was important. And in Waterford, that might have been installing heat pumps in the fire station. In other towns, it was how do we prepare for sea level rise? Or how do we install a new culvert? So, honestly, the success of that program, we first set a goal, how do we get 100 towns involved? We flew by that. We have so much momentum across the state, and it's because the state has said, we want to partner with towns. We want to help you take action. So I think it's a big deal when the state can take that kind of action and see such immediate impacts.
Do you think that those back-to-back storms, December 23 and January of 24, made the sort of climate change more visual for people? Do you think that affected people's buy-in to this program?
I mean, I would say, I said at the time, it was a wake-up call. I mean, we've been hearing scientists tell us we're going to see more storm events, more extreme storm events. We're going to see damage. And I definitely think we heard people say, okay, we didn't know this was coming so soon. I guess what those folks have been saying is real, and what more can we do to prepare? So, we've invested a lot of money in rebuilding, but we know, again, that is just the start. There's lots more to do. So, people in Maine are smart. They have common sense. They know, even if they don't want to talk about the political side of it, they know the climate is changing. They know we need to prepare. They know it's going to impact our fisheries, it's impacting our farmers. So they're asking us, what can we do? And I think the state has responded.
So we also asked Hannah Pingree if she plans to run for governor in 2026. Her answer is coming up at 6 o'clock.